friends. Welcome to this space. How are you doing today? Another Tuesday, another light language reading here. As you can probably hear, I am quite sick these days. For about a week, I've been things just after the last reading, actually. And it's a lot of seasonal changes here and hormones and stuff, but also I've really been feeling the energy of this super strong full moon happening today and more or less right now, as well as the lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse that is happening today. And I felt like I was specific for the eclipse today, but I couldn't think of anything. But this light language reading, and in actually about 7 minutes, I believe, is going to be the maximum of the lunar eclipse, the full lunar eclipse happening right now. I have an alarm set, so at some point pretty soon we're going to hear some chimes. So I thought I would actually take the energy of the eclipse today and bring it and invite it into the reading. And let's see what kind of journeying we can as well do in this time. So especially because the energy is really, really upon us right now, and I wonder how you have been feeling it the last few days or also right now. I wanted to start, as always, with some intentional breath journeying. And again, in about 6 minutes now, I'm going to have an alarm that goes off for the maximum of the eclipse. And so in these last minutes before that maximum, I would like to invite you to settle into your space, to settle into yourself. If you are in a comfortable position to do so, I invite you to close your eyes. And you can start to breathe naturally, easily. Especially if you are feeling a lot of things right now, experiencing mighty waves of thoughts, intense emotions, or perhaps like me, or also being affected physically. Take this breath as an invitation to check in and assess your space, as an opportunity to come home for a minute, say hello, give yourself some love. I've been seeing and feeling and hearing and receiving a lot of really intense messages, intense stories from myself, from others in the world around me, from those who are very dear and close to me. And I've been contemplating many things about this, but it is clear to me that my first reaction is still, my first response is still to stop and start to breathe and pour my love into these places. Send my purest light into all the spaces I feel and see chaos. And so this also feels like the invitation of the breath in this moment. Just a minute or two ago, as I started to breathing, I abundantly felt the presence of rose energy. And it really is filling all of my senses: smell, taste, sight. It's a very delicate energy, but it's so pure. It's a very loving intent. It's an energy that comes because we bring it. Here I am. So in these next minutes, and we have about 2 minutes for the maximum of the eclipse, from the bottom of my heart, I invite you to breathe with this relief. I invite you to offer yourself presence. And there's nothing you need to do or think or be or say in this moment other than everything that you already are. But just know deeply that this presence is so valuable to, in the moments of chaos, in the moments of pain, fear, showing up and listening. And so I invite you for a minute to listen as we reach the maximum of the eclipse right on time. I invite you to show up with love. Ultimately, there is only love. I invite you to take this transmission right now as we really clear out more of the shadows we've been working with for actually a 3-year cycle at this point. This is the end of that cycle, as well as an intense 2-week period between the solar eclipse. We've been doing a lot of work, and it's really a time to let very deep-rooted things go. But for the piece that I am being called to share. I invite you to take this transmission of love in the face of it all. I honor you in your love. Holding this love in your heart. Allowing yourself to be exactly where you are and who you are right now. Being bold to feel everything. I invite you to slowly open your eyes and come back into this space. Welcome back. So now that we've passed through the maximum and are really in the peak of the energies of this eclipse, let's move into the light language reading itself. So if you don't know what this space is, every week I do a light language reading using the tool of light language from the curanderos lineage in Mexico. is a beautiful, powerful, wonderful tool using shapes and colors to play with, interpret, and guide energy in a variety of ways. And every week I choose one shape and one color to give a picture of the energetic landscape of the week to come and some steps for moving through it. And so now let's actually see what we have this week. And as well, of course, I continue to invite you to be bold, to say hello if you called to do so, and share with us a bit about how you're feeling right now, how this today the eclipse energy is treating you, what maybe is alive after the breathwork portion of this video. And if you're with me right now, I invite you to be with all of this energy, be with everything you're feeling right now. And I will choose first a color and then a shape. Already I can feel that this is going to be very interesting and exciting. That's very beautiful. It is very exciting. So the color that I chose this week is a color called Blanched Almond. I love some of the colors of this teaching. Up in this part of the spectrum, they get really delightful and wholesome and magical all at the same time, and this is one of those. So the color this week is Blanched Almond, and the nickname for this is Traveler. This is really it's really concerned with timing, let's say, right place, right time kind of a thing. And the most important message that I'm feeling from this, excuse me, I'm going to try and keep this concise because my throat really is hurting. The most important message that that I get from this color is, well, I suppose following our truth, following our own individual priorities, doing what is important versus what is urgent. And that is really about listening to our inner guidance um, of the moves of our path. And I feel very excited about this because for me, it really speaks a lot about pleasure and joy. This for me is an essential aspect of joy journeying because for me, in the way I filter my own personal experiences, this is following the guidance of this color, following our path as it is rather than what we are influenced to believe it should be, is moving away from rigidity. And it's really about the joy of the journey, of the discovery, of the moves. And so it's also like I also have it written, and I'm also really feeling it, excited by seeing this color because it's really about enjoy the ride. It feels like a celestial reassurance that we are exactly where we're supposed to be, but not just like not just an affirmation right now, like you're doing good, keep going. Yes, but also speaking to the deeper truth of that, which is we always are in the right place at the right time. There is, in the nature of this journey we've chosen to take, the default of precision and really I feel like this week is about is simply but potently highlighting the the nature of being a human, the nature of this lifetime, the joy of being attracted. And there's a great deal of certainty in that. And therefore, we have a constant invitation to a great deal of trust in our path, in our moves. And the shape this week is a shape called All Star Miracle Worker. It's also it's a go-to definitely. And this really feels like overarching celestial body, the overarching divinity that helps keep those pieces fit together. It is the force, the life force behind how the precision can be so. It is, stay away from the shin in one sense, but it's about the perfection of being alive. It's about the perfection of our lifetimes in the nature of cosmic operations, I suppose. For me, actually, well, it speaks to me deeply of what I was saying in the breathing just earlier, which is I feel the combination of this color and this shape this week. The fact that in the nature of the way that we've placed ourselves, and nature has, and the universe has placed ourselves together with us, I feel like that offers a clear channel and a very clear reassurance that we are able to full breadth of our light and love right now, when we're sick, when our bodies are filtering and releasing many things, when we are purging more of our traumas through our emotions and emotional body, and in challenging thoughts. Now is the time when it is clear to be a clear channel for our love. And also, therefore, it does feel rather like a personal message for me as well, but also very deeply personal to, I think, many of you who may be watching this right now. This shape and color combination comes with the message that in general, therefore, it is safe to love. And I sense that touches most of us, if not all of us, in quite a few different ways. We all have the things that we're working on around that. But no matter where you are with that journey, and no matter how that resonates for you, the message is still singular and clear. This time, and really always, is a time where it is safe to pour our love out into the world. And also that through the nature of our lives on this planet, we have the practical means of doing so. And then as I'm saying that, it does feel as well like a call to pour more love into your world. And I have a desire and an urge to offer you something more practical. Let's see if there is something else. There is nothing more practical in the way that I was hoping for. But there is also kind of the addendum to what I was saying of we are all being invited right now to seek out realness in our encounters through our love, to meet realness in and with and through our love. Mm. I don't have further practicality at this time, but I do ask you all the question, what can you do this week and where to come consciously with more of the love, with all of the love that you know and name within yourself? Are there areas in your life and where that you can shine more light, that you can offer more love? And again, it's fairly general because the circumstances and the situations are very different for everybody. But it's like an invitation, a call for boldness. Who can you be in your love, knowing that the timing is right, knowing that in a really deeper sense, not just for the purpose of your endurance, that you are exactly where you're supposed to be, that you're in the precisely right place. And again, not just as a encouragement to keep walking the path, but also in the sense of you are in the place that you're supposed to be. And therefore, this right now is the space of your mastery. And what's more at the core of your mastery than your love? So, who can you be right now, right here, in, with, and through your love? Thank you so much for being present with me. I love you all deeply. Look forward to hearing what may be alive with you right now for this guidance. And with that, I will see you next week.